A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English, 'cause it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Plus English. I'm Mike.
I'm Betty.
And today we are going to be looking at interesting ways to engage in some of your favorite sports. Now, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people like sports.
Not me, but yeah, I guess that's a safe
not
statement.
Everyone,
yeah, that's a safe statement to make.
Do. Some people love to play them. Some people love just to watch them on TV. Some people are really interested and read about them on the internet and discuss them with their friends and have all sorts of, computer games where they get to kind of pretend to play sports and stuff. And this is actually a really good article because we are heading into the winter slowly. It's October, but soon it might get cold, it might be rainy, and it might be hard to get out there and play your favorite sports. Or maybe it's still hot and it's just too hot to get out there and play your favorite sports. We do live in Taiwan where it can be either too hot or raining all the time. So we're going to be talking about big fun in mini sports, specifically fingerboarding and table soccer. Now tell me, Betty, what do you know about either fingerboarding or table soccer? And are you an expert in either?
I know how they work.
Okay.
I'm never an expert. I know, theoretically, how they work. But
you understand the concept.
Right. I like the concept.
Okay.
But I can't do the practice.
Okay. Well, this might inspire you to go out and get your own fingerboard or table soccer game because, hey, if the winter's coming, they might have many months you can practice. And by Chinese New Year, you will be the Taiwan champion of fingerboarding or something.
Compete against my grandma. Maybe.
There you go. So before we can get into fingerboarding and table soccer, let's find out what the heck they are.
没错
By reading our article.
对，今天要跟大家介绍第一个 mini sport 叫做 fingerboarding， 就是这个手指滑板啦。那同学，因为他要用手指来操作，对不对？那你知道每只手指头的英文吗？这当然是英文，不是中文。
Yes.
Big fun in mini sports, fingerboarding and table soccer.
You don't need to run or jump to play sports, just use your fingers. Let's learn about two mini sports. The first one is fingerboarding. To play, use your index finger and middle finger. The index finger moves the board, and the middle finger helps the board jump.
All right, we start the article off with a very interesting sentence to kind of get us in the mind of these mini sports. It says, you don't need to run or jump to play sports, just use your fingers.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, I would say if you want to get into the NBA, you will need to run or jump. You can't get in, you can't become Michael Jordan just by using your fingers. His fingers, I'm sure, were very talented at, shooting baskets and things like that. But with other sports, you do need to run and jump. But with these sports that we're going to be talking about today, you don't need to run and jump.
对
But many sports you do.
对，大部分都要，所以今天的呢才好玩嘛，对不对？因为这个呢是不用动脚的哈。它就是如果呢，你不想要跑啊，不想要跳啦，我们就来讲这个 mini sport 这个迷你的手指的游戏哦。
Yeah, so let's learn about two mini sports. And whenever you see the word mini in English, that's just a way of saying small or very small. Like you might get a mini chocolate bar at Halloween. They'll drop those little chocolate bars in your bag. That's a mini one. So mini sports is like little sports or baby sports. It's so cute.
No. 这个呢 let's 的话呢，它就是来就我们一起做什么吧，邀请的口气哦。所以呢，我们今天跟明天呢就要介绍2种 mini sports.
Yeah, that's right. 2 mini sports. So let's begin. The first one is fingerboarding. That's right. Boarding with your fingers or fingerboarding.
就手指滑板，对不对？那前面已经讲到要讲 mini sport， 所以这 the first one， 对不对？就不用再讲 the first mini sport。这个有点难想象了，我知道他怎么做，但是我的手就没有办法。我在家里有试一下。
Okay, so to do this sport, this fingerboarding sport, what do? It says to play, use your index finger and your middle finger. So these 2 fingers, kind of your index finger. We also might call this your pointing finger. All right, and your middle finger, this is the one that if I show you this without this, I'm going to get in trouble. But yes, your middle finger is usually your longest finger too, right?
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. The name itself.
There you go. What would this one be?
这个呢是 ring finger.
Ring finger, because that's the one you put your wedding ring on, and then
这个小指叫做 pinky. Pinky 本身就很可爱
or little finger.
Little finger.
And what about this one? We should also mention that the most important. Some people say that's not a finger. That's your thumb. Because it's different, right? It operates differently.
Okay.
Right? Many animals have fingers, but only humans and monkeys have
很多动物没有
thumbs.
这指哦，所以他们有的人这样讲，它不是指头，它是自己的，它自己存在大拇指。那同学要记得那个 thumb， 它的 b 不发音，b 不发音。好的，那接下来呢，我们来看下一个部分哦。
All right, let's get back. So that's all you need. You don't need your legs. You don't need you need your brain, but you don't need, big, strong muscles, or you don't need your legs. You don't need to wear special shoes. Just your index finger and your middle finger. What are you doing? It says the index finger moves the board and the middle finger helps the board jump. Now, if you haven't figured it out, we're basically skateboarding with our fingers.
Oh, okay.
Right? So in the same way that you would use your legs to stand on the board, one foot would be on the board, the other one would push. In the same way, you're doing kind of the same actions with your fingers.
OK， 所以就像你的2只脚一样，你的食指跟中指呢，你的食指会去推那个板子，然后你的中指呢会帮助你，就是它可以把那个板子蹬起来哦，让你翻转啊之类的。那同学要注意哦，这里有个文法 help 后面呢要加动词原形，所以是 helps the board jump， 不要写 jumps 哦，要小心。好，那同学我们来看一下第一个单字，就是 finger 手指头的意思哦。比如说，她用手指指着地图 ，she pointed at the map with her finger， 就用1只手哈，所以 finger 这里是单数。那我们来看一下单字例句哦。比如说，在冬天的时候，我会戴手套，保持我的双手还有手指要暖暖的。I wear gloves in winter to keep my hands and fingers warm。好，那接下来呢，第2个单字 board。板子，大家要很记得这个字哦，因为黑板白板啊 board。那比如说老师把答案写在黑板上 ，The teacher wrote the answer on the board。那我们来看一下单字例句哦，比如说冲浪的时候，这个冲浪板也是 board 哦，所以只要是平面的板子的都可以叫 board。冲浪的时候，你需要站在水中的一块冲浪板上 ，You need to stand on a board in the water。To serve， 那我们来看一下文法的部分哦。那 help 后面呢，它可以加帮谁，然后做什么事情。那通常呢有2种接法，第一个就是 to 动词原形，然后再来就是把那个 to 省掉。那老师会建议大家就把那个 to 省掉就好了，因为现代的英文的那个 to 其实很多时候是省掉，你加上去呢反而会很不自然。比如说老师帮我完成作业哦 ，The teacher helped me to finish my homework， 但是比较好一点的是 The teacher helped me。Finish my homework 就好。那同学记得哦，这个中文可能会有点误导哦。老师帮我完成作业，老师没有帮你写哦，帮你是协助你写。如果呢你要讲的是老师代替我写作业，那是不同的句子哦，所以不要被中文混淆。如果你的老师真的这么好代替你写的话，就是 The teacher did my homework for me。但当然，这个现实生活中是不可能的嘛。
Fingerboarding likely started because people wanted to skateboard on rainy days. It became a way to continue the fun inside. In the 1980s, Lance Mountain made the first modern fingerboard. He used cardboard, toy wheels, and axles to make it. In the 1990s, a Canadian toy company, Tech Deck, made its own kind. Soon, fingerboarding became popular around the world.
All right, so fingerboarding, using your fingers and a mini little skateboard to do skateboard stuff. Now, it's a very interesting sport, and it's kind of getting popular these days, but how did it all start? Well, the article tells us fingerboarding likely started because people wanted to skateboard on rainy days.
That makes sense.
Well, it does kind of make sense, doesn't it? Now, we say likely started. It wasn't some big historic thing where we have invented fingerboarding on this day or something like that. We're kind of guessing. People probably look back and see the first time it was mentioned on the internet or pictures in a magazine appeared. This is actually really funny because skateboarding started because surfers wanted to surf in the winter when the water was too cold, so they invented skateboarding. Snowboarding was invented because people wanted to skateboard but on ice. And now we have fingerboarding be invented because people wanted to skateboard when it's raining outside. And if you live in a city where it rains a lot, you can't really skateboard. And I think also back in the old days, older skateboards, you would really damage them if you got them wet.
Oh, really?
Right? Water would get into the wheels and then they wouldn't roll very well. So I remember as a kid, we just didn't get our skateboards out on a rainy day because it was really bad for it. So what do? You invent a way to skateboard inside with your little fingers. Because if you skateboard inside with your skateboard, your mom will kill you.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be bad. You're going to damage the floor.
Do not skateboard inside on your nice dining room floor. Your mom will kill you.
对，所以呢，很多不同种运动其实就是要适应天气的关系哦，都是在滑板，只是在滑水上的啦、路上的啦，还是雪哦。那这个 likely 就代表说不太确定，很可能我在做推测，跟喜欢没有关系哦，是很可能。那这个 skateboard 就是动词玩滑板的意思。
As the article says, it became a way to continue the fun inside. It was a way to continue skateboarding fun inside on a rainy day without having your mom kill you.
Right. I guess that makes sense, and it's easy it doesn't take up space.
Exactly.
So it's nice. Mom likes it.
Yeah, there you go.
So the next sentence is...
It says, in the 1980s, Lance Mountain made the first modern fingerboard. So there we do actually have a name. This gentleman, Lance Mountain, I think one of the early skateboarders, along with Christian Hosoi and Tony Hawk and, all those guys, Powell Peralta. And it was in the 1980s that this happened. And it was probably a few years after that it really became popular. But it may have been in the 1980s that the first person said, you know what? It's raining on board. I'm going to make me a little fingerboard. And they did.
对，所以呢，同学可能会觉得，我那个时候是觉得说，有这么久吗？但他这里讲在1980年代，这个 S 代表年代就有这种运动咯。那 Lance Mountain 当然就是第一个做出这种 fingerboarding 的人fingerboard 的人。
Now, of course, now you can go and buy fingerboards and people sell them and collect them. And, you can have all sorts of cool designs, but back then you can't buy one because no one had made one. So Lance Mountain said, I'm going to make a fingerboard. If I'm going to fingerboard, I'm going to need a fingerboard. I can't buy a fingerboard, so I'm going to make a fingerboard. So he made a fingerboard. He used cardboard, toy wheels, and axles to make it because that's kind of what you need for a fingerboard.
Yeah, for a board.
The cardboard would be the board part, right? The part your fingers go on, or if it was a normal skateboard, the part you stand on. And then little toy wheels, maybe you took them from like a Lego set or a toy car or something like that, glued them on. And axles. An axle is that metal bar or pole that connects wheels on either side, right? So that the axles basically stop the wheels from falling off the car and they connect them from left to right and front to back.
没错，这里就在讲说他怎么做的拿了厚纸板然后还有就是 toy wheels， 他可能是拿以前的玩具不要给它拆掉，然后用轴呢，这个 axle 是轴连接两个车轮，那这样子就可以开始 fingerboard 了。
And then in the 1990s, a Canadian toy company, Tech Deck, made its own kind. So I guess a company had heard about Lance Mountain's cool little invention, but they said, hey, well, let's actually make these and we'll sell them and stuff. And this was a Canadian company from the 1990s. The company's name was Tech Deck. Maybe they still make fingerboards. I don't know. And that actually makes a lot of sense. In Canada, we have very long winters.
Oh, yeah, you can't go out to skateboard.
So the skateboarding season is quite short, even compared to parts of America. So people are inside inside, they're bored and they want to continue fingerboarding. So this is a company. A company, of course, is like a business, a group of people that get together to do something, to sell or to give a service and to make money.
没错，就说后来呢，在10年过后，有一个加拿大的公司呢，他就做了他自己的版本的。那他有说 its own kind， 同学注意那个 own 就是自己的，所以你前面呢，它有个规定你一定要加一个所有格 ，my own, your own, his own, her own, their own, our own, its own。比如说呢，我现在有自己的房间了 ，I have my own room now， 你不能说 I have own room, my own room, okay。
Soon, fingerboarding became popular around the world.
As you can imagine.
I guess it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it's fun and I guess little kids can try to do
Anyone
it.
can do it, absolutely. And of course, those little fingerboards are much cheaper than a proper regular skateboard.
And also trains your brain, I guess.
And if you fall off, you won't break your legs.
You might break your fingers, only your
finger. That's very unlikely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's become a thing. And I'm sure there are even people now who fingerboard but don't skateboard because they just love one version of the sport. So that's totally cool.
好的，那我们来看到单字的部分哦。这个 wheel 就是轮子的意思。比如说呢，这辆脚踏车有2个轮子。The bicycle has 2 wheels。那补充一下哈，这个 wheelchair 就是轮子加椅子，就是轮椅。所以说 be in a wheelchair 就是坐在轮椅上。比如说，自从那次意外之后呢，她就一直要坐轮椅。She has been in a wheelchair since the accident。那我们来看一下单字例句哦。因为我的行李箱有轮子，所以我可以轻松的把它拉在身后。如果行李箱没有轮子的话，同学应该就不想要出国了吧 ？Because my bag has wheels, I can pull it behind me easily。那我们来看到这个单字 company 是公司的意思。比如说呢，很常见，科技公司就叫 tech company。那比如说我的姐姐呢，在台北的一家科技公司上班 My sister works for a tech company in Taipei。 我们来看一下单字例句哦。比如说呢 Nathan 呢去年成立了自己的公司，他在卖电脑。Nathan opened his own company last year. It sells computers. 那记得这里再提醒一下 his own company， 他自己的谁谁谁自己的 his own。 Alright, so now let's go to review time.
Review time.
All right, so we've been talking about fingerboarding, a wonderful version of skateboarding you can do inside in any weather. There's a very, very, very small chance you'll fall and break anything, and it's much cheaper.
Yeah, safer, cheaper.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about similar sports in that these are sports that you can play just using your hands or fingers. Don't call them sports for lazy people, although they could be sports for lazy people. But yeah, sports where you don't have to run around or jump or do things like that. Just these parts of your body, your hands and your fingers. What are some sports you can think of?
The most popular ones are probably esports. You do it on a computer. You do it on your phone.
Yeah.
Very nice sports, very nice exercise.
Are they sports though? I mean, they call them e-sports, but I don't know.
You can train your fingers.
I guess so.
Your fingers stay fit.
I mean, it's hard to do a sport where you're going to get sweaty and hot and exercise, but you're only using your hands. That's kind of a hard thing to do. Yeah, definitely anything computer-based, of course, you're using your hands. But even some esports like the driving games, you have to use your legs.
Oh, okay. So you need to
I'm thinking of some, I don't know if these are sports or games. Darts.
Oh,
throwing darts. That's just your hands and fingers, right?
Oh, okay. Sometimes you step forward a little bit, but it's not quite.
What about pool? Would you say?
撞球哦，好像也是。
You're using your arms, I guess, not just your hands or your fingers.
And you need to move around the table.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about that. How about paper, scissors, stone?
Very good finger sport. 对，可以训练一下自己的。
Yeah. People have championships.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The paper, scissors, stone world championships is a thing that happens. But again, is that a sport? I'm not really sure.
We'll have to think about it.
What about you guys? First of all, do you think those are sports? Are they games? And can you think of other good examples? I'm sure there are many. We'll see you back here soon.
今天的主题是不是很精彩啊？欢迎到空中家教和我们和同学一起线上聊更多。我们下次再见喽，拜拜。
Take care.